you just got to leave behind the old life. We can't go say goodbye to the old sin. We can't go say goodbye to the things that we used to like. We have to just put it to death, cut it off, and leave it behind and go and follow Jesus. What's up, everyone? Man, this word is alive. And it turns out that God still speaks, but that's no surprise, right? That's why we're all in it. So today we're in Luke 9 for the devotion, and God hit me right at the end of this one. So I'm just going to go straight to it in verses 61 and 62. It says, "And another also said, 'I will follow you, Lord, but first permit me to say goodbye to those at home.' But Jesus said to him, 'No one, after putting his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God.'" And man, this one just hit me because Jesus is telling this guy that you can't go back to what you had. And it's not that he wants him to just cut off family or anything like that. What I saw out of this is kind of in line with a theme that I've been picking up on in the Bible over about the last year, is that he is saying, I don't want you to go back to what you came from, meaning that whatever your old life, your old ways were, you got to cut that off. And so I first picked up on this theme, like I said, about a year ago. I was reading 1 Kings 13, and I'm not fully, I don't fully remember the story. I'm a little foggy on it, but there is a young prophet who travels to a different land, and there's another older prophet who basically gives him a word that is contradictory to the word that God gave him. And so God told this guy, do not go back the way you came. And it turns out this other prophet told him to go back, and he ended up dying. But this theme of don't go back the way you came, and we see this even with Elisha. Elisha kind of does the same thing, that when Elijah comes and finds Elisha actually kills his oxen. So he was plowing a field, he had some oxen, he had a plow, he kills his oxen, he breaks up the plow, he completely destroys everything, says, I'm out, I'm gone. I got the call from God, I'm going. So when Elijah comes and gives him this word, this call from God, he's out. He doesn't have anything to go back to. He doesn't even leave the option available. And I feel like that's what Jesus is trying to convey to us here, is he's saying that you just got to leave behind the old life. We can't go say goodbye to the old sin. We can't go say goodbye to the things that we used to like. We have to just put it to death, cut it off, and leave it behind and go and follow Jesus. Because the moment we want to go back and have a weekend in our sin or just another taste or say goodbye, that sin is going to grab onto us and try and pull us back into it. And I feel like that's why I got this word this morning, is because maybe there's someone watching who you started following Jesus, you gave your life to him, and you had that moment where you just wanted one more taste or one more weekend or whatever it is, just another day to go and kind of say goodbye to your old life, your old ways, and it grabbed a hold of you and it brought you back. And God is telling you today, he's reaching out to you to say, cut that off. Leave that behind. You don't need to say goodbye to it. You don't need a taste of it. You don't need it at all anymore. Follow me wholeheartedly, and I'll show you so many better, greater things that I have for you, because the greatness, the fullness of what you can experience in this life only comes from God. It only comes from following him. So do like Jesus said, don't put your hand to the plow and look back. Continue pushing forward, continue following him, and you'll see all the great things that God has for you. I love you guys. I hope this blesses you. See you next week.